Next into the den, Will Hodgson and Henry de Zoet.
Give me a bit of space on the mark as well, mate, because I tend to brush up against you when I'm doing the pitch.
Close friends since university, who'd always planned to be business partners.
We've kind of been prepping for it for years in a way, what you would say to such important people who could make such a big difference to your business.
Entering the den with what they feel could be a game changer for every household in Britain.
We're hugely passionate about this, and we see it as one of the big issues of our time.
Hi, my name is Henry.
And I'm Will. We're co-founders of Look After My Bills. Our service minimises the price you pay for gas and electricity. Because right now, people get ripped off. We all know that we should switch, but we don't. So, Look After My Bills does the switching for you.
You sign up on our website in just a couple of minutes. Our algorithms get to work, and then we move you to the best deal. Every year, automatically. You don't have to lift a finger. That's the key difference between us and comparison sites.
With energy alone, we're taking on and disrupting a market worth billions. And we're offering 1% of our business for £90,000. Thanks for listening. We'd love to take any questions.
A confident pitch from Will Hodgson and Henry de Zoet, asking for £90,000 for a tiny 1% of a website that automatically finds the best deal for your gas and electricity. But the multi-million-pound price tag appears to have ruffled Tej Lalvani's feathers.
Hi guys, Will, Henry.
Hi.
Wondering where to start, whether I should start with the evaluation. How do you get to that figure, and why do you think your business is worth £9 million?
It's a combination of our track record and experience in this space, but also the size of the market in front of us. So right now, people spend £29 billion on energy in Britain alone. There are
That doesn't excite me too much. A lot of the time, people come into the den, they quote market sizes and say, well, because of that. But let's start with more basics. How many customers do you have? Because a valuation like that, I presume you'd have a lot of customers on board.
Be around 60 to 70,000 who have done the switch. People who have signed up for the opportunity to take our deals, it's a larger number, around 250, 300,000.
In terms of before you set up the business 4 years ago, what did you both do?
I've got a political background, actually, so I started off doing policy in think tanks. I then was a special advisor in government.
Slightly different approach to Henry. I actually did some work for the Green Party, and I decided that I wanted to do what I could about big business not giving the best treatment it could to normal people and consumers.
Will and I have been old friends since university. I left government in 2014. We'd been talking, as best mates for years about doing something together.
So we started the big deal. What the business did to start off was one-off switches. So we save people huge money with great deals, but then the deals expired and they go up to a higher price. Our customers asked us to start switching for them, and that's where Look After My Bills comes in.
The entrepreneurs put up a robust defence of their valuation, citing a growing business born out of consumer demand. But Deborah Meaden's worried that new laws protecting personal data could short-circuit their chances of success.
Well, Henry, do you see any changes in the legislation that's going to stop you from simply being able to take decisions on your consumers' behalf?
No, the direction of travel in this space is all towards a service like Look After My Bills. I'm sure you will realise that the energy market just doesn't work for customers because they don't keep engaging with the market.
And people, of course, don't switch because it's a complete pain in the neck.
And if you do it once, you're certainly not going to get around to doing it every year.
Thank you.
How many competitors have you got in this field?
The big players would be the large comparison websites. They do normal switching, manual switching. In terms of automatic switching, this really is an early green industry. No one has established themselves as a central player, which is our aim.
There's been zero innovation in this market for 20 years. Price comparison websites look like they did 20 years ago, big list, that's it, and still 60–70% of people do not switch. There has to be some new innovation to change this, and we think we're the ones that can do that.
A groundbreaking website that's also first to market. It looks like the entrepreneurs have all the elements for success. But Jenny Campbell wonders if they're at the mercy of the big players not joining their utility revolution.
Energy companies, what if a big one is choosing not to be on your platform because, frankly, it costs them money to, I would call it, slit your own throat, yeah? There's a race to the bottom.
We try to get people the best price we can find from suppliers they can trust. Now, if a supplier doesn't want to engage with a service that gets customers a great deal year on year, I'm not sure that's the kind of company that we want to be moving people to.
Are you not compromised on independence? Because surely whoever pays you the most, you know, deal done, isn't it?
I think ultimately all we can do is be totally transparent and honest with our users. They know there might be cheaper deals out there, perhaps from companies that we wouldn't necessarily recommend.
A rare occurrence in the Den, as the entrepreneurs reveal cash won't always be king on their switching site. Tej Lalvani has quietly taken a reading of the numbers and is ready to supply his verdict on the proposition.
You guys want smart money, right? And there's a cost to having the value in the Den, what we're going to bring. I think what you need to do is to grow your brand and to build it, create the awareness, and that's what I can do. And at the same time, you'll need to raise money in future, and I can help with that too. Right, I'm not going to waste any time. I'm going to give you an offer. The offer is all of the money, but at 7%.
Thank you. Thank you for the offer.
Tej Lalvani provides an early boost for the entrepreneurs, but the deal he wants is 6% more than the 1% on offer. Does Peter Jones feel the entrepreneurs have what it takes to look after an investment?
I think you've done incredibly well. I really like the idea. I think you've got a real chance of making this a success. So I'm going to make you an offer. And I'm making this offer because I bring so much more value than Tej.
I don't believe that.
So I don't need to compete with that. I'm going to offer you all of the money, but in return, I'd like 10% of the business.
Technology guru Peter Jones electrifies the Den, using his track record to go in higher than his fellow dragon, demanding a whopping 10% of the company. But does Tuka Suleiman feel he can come up with a better deal?
Impressive. You're impressive. And I believe my offer can add great value to you. So I will give you all of the money for 8%.
I love this business for many reasons. I think anything that disrupts the blinking energy industry has got to be good news. And I'd really love to be involved. And when I really want to be involved in something, I get quite competitive. So, I am going to make you an offer. I'm going to offer you all of the money. But I want 3% of the business.
Thank you. Thank you, Deborah.
Deborah Meaden dramatically undercuts her rivals, encouraging the entrepreneurs to switch to her deal of £90,000 for just 3%. Jenny Campbell can also be quite competitive. Is she about to turn up the heat in the Den?
The thing that I really, really like is the ethical piece that comes through this. what you're launching today is about making energy companies honest at the end of the day, and it's long overdue. So what is there not to like? I'm going to throw a little bit of a curveball in and say that I would offer you 1/5 of the money for 1%.
Which means you need to get the rest of us to agree.
Do you want to go and talk at the back, guys?
Yeah, well, that's...
A full house. Peter Jones offers all the money for a hefty 10%. Tuka Suleiman wants 8%. Tej Lalvani's after 7%.
We can't go any further. We just can't do it.
Jenny Campbell wants 5% shared equally. But Deborah Meaden has been the most competitive, asking for just 3% of the company.
Having discussed it, Henry and I are incredibly flattered. We're willing to double the amount of equity we're giving away in our business, from 1% to 2%. But we'd need slightly more money. We'd need to ask for 150K for that 2%.
Look, guys, I think you have to understand the real value here. At 2%, you're going to struggle. You need to be a bit more realistic.
Guys, can I just say that I do understand the predicament. I like it even more. So just on that, I'll halve my offer. So I will offer you all of the money. 90,000 for 5%, not 10%.
What did that next one? This, I'm afraid, has to be our final offer, and we're really, really keen to make it work. £120,000 for 2% of the business.
I didn't get out of bed for 2%, that's for sure.
I understand.
So, on that basis, I'm out.
Tuka Suleiman stays in bed, refusing to give in to the entrepreneur's equity demands. But is 2% enough to tempt the other dragons from under the covers?
I actually think it's a great shame because this could make a lot of difference to you.
We don't want to give up on you. Please believe that this is as far as we can go.
I'm sorry, guys. No, I'm not going to do it. I'm out.
Guys, I feel that you've taken the negotiation way too far, and that shows to me there's a naivety in business that really concerns me. And I think you will walk away from here now having completely missed a massive opportunity. You're about to make one of the biggest mistakes of your life. Is that your final offer, 2%?
That's our final offer.
On the basis of that's your final offer, I'm out.
They've had 5 offers, but now just 2 dragons remain. Are Jenny Campbell and Tej Lalvani willing to negotiate?
Okay, guys, here's where I'm at. You asked for 120,000 for 2%. But I urge you to reconsider and see the value that the dragons are going to bring.
We do.
I'll do 120,000, but for 3%, and that's my final offer.
We're hoping to bring Jenny in.
Both, okay.
Both is what we would like.
I would share with Tej at 3%, so we're apart by 1%. You could walk away on the basis of 1%. 0.5% each.
There is no way that you two would do, well, the 120 for 2% as we described.
Well, we gave you our final offer.
Jenny and Tej, we have a deal.
Right.
Let's do it.
Go on.
Finally.
Okay. Great.
Finally.
Stop looking
Hard
so worried.
negotiations. Well done.
Thank you very much.
They almost lost it, but having given away just 3% of the company, Will and Henry leave with £120,000 and 2 switched-on dragons.
It's a great, unique business. Hard work, but we got there in the end.
Yeah.
That was hardcore.
I feel like my internal organs are being in a vice.
I just love the way it brings the energy companies to account.
Just getting 1 dragon would have been amazing. Getting 2, it's double whammy.
Well done, guys.
It will make a huge difference.